Hello, this is Art, and welcome to Thurs. On this episode, we're going to talk about a few things, but first we're going to talk about the game you're seeing before you. This game is called Dead Bits, and it's de facto the worst game of 2014. Worse than Unity, yes, worse than that game. Worse than a lot of the games that were released in 2014 that were god-awful. And it's funny, too, because it's an indie title. It's an indie title, therefore, doesn't have the constraints of AAA games where they have to release them within a year in order to make their profit margin, or whatever the fuck reason they release all these terrible unfinished games for. I couldn't really tell you any good reason, because it's going to stop making them money soon enough. But this is an indie game that I actually probably bought for 18 cents and completely forgot about during this winter sale. I'm sure plenty of people bought it just because it was 18 cents, and why the fuck not? The reviews were mixed. They still are mixed. They shouldn't be mixed. The game is absolutely awful. It's incredibly repetitive, has no weapons to speak of, none of the weapons feel any good, has no real mechanics, is incredibly dull in level design, and its only difficulty is pure tedium. And it looks awful. That doesn't help either. I mean, you can just look at this and see. You'll be able to see exactly what I'm talking about pretty quickly. Also, the soundtrack's entirely composed of, "Mommy, look, I made a dubstep. Please take it seriously. It's bad, and I don't recommend you buy it at any price, and you cannot be paid enough to play it, in my book." Oh, $200, and I would play it for about 10 minutes and not feel too bad about it. That would be pretty good. I could upgrade my graphics card that way. Yes, if someone would send me $200, I will record another half hour of this game with me talking over it live, and if they give me $200 for that, and then I can upgrade my graphics card, and I'll give you a big thanks. And that's probably never going to happen because that's stupid. Where was I? Oh yes, the real topic of the video: why we are here. Windows 10 and Xbox One, but overarchingly, Microsoft. Why are they suddenly smart? It happened. I mean, it's always been that they would release a bad operating system and then a good one, back and forth. But they made a lot of bad decisions for the past couple of years that they suddenly just completely 180'd on and then capitalized on. It's almost like they intended to get the bar set really low for them, only to raise it right back up. I'm beginning to wonder if they do this on purpose. They probably do. So, Windows 10. Most people have been following this, and they probably already know what I'm about to say, but it looks like a good operating system. Looks like it's, actually well designed UI-wise, like you could actually conceivably use it for anything. It looks about the same as Windows 7 with a few minor touches. Nothing like Windows 8 with the Metro interface. May it rest in not peace. So, Windows 10 looks to be stable, powerful, etc. Better UI, all the things we've wanted, with some extra additions such as the ability to stream an Xbox One to it. So if you're a PC gamer but you don't want to deal with the hassle of having another TV to hook up the Xbox One to or any of that nonsense, but you do kind of want an Xbox One for something like, say, Killer Instinct or whatever exclusive you're after, totally not talking about myself in this case, you can just set it up near your computer and stream right to it. You don't have to hook it up to anything, it just works. It would just work. If you have a Windows 10 tablet, oh yeah, you can just stream your Xbox One to it. You can just have your Xbox One controller, have this little Neato tablet and play them on there and just play it. And just, yeah, you can just do that. Built into Windows 10. Something that people have been asking for to a degree. Like, can I play Xbox games on my PC somewhat, at least a little bit? Yeah, now you can. And it's almost scary how good of a decision that is. It's incredibly scary, because now this levels the playing field a little bit. PlayStation 4 has some cool exclusives on the way, but most of them are timed. So that means PC players will eventually get them without bothering buying a PlayStation 4. But there's a lot of Xbox One exclusives that are very much going to stay there for a very long time, at the very least, such as Killer Instinct, as far as we know. And now they've just sold some PC gamers with extra money. Hey, you wanted an extra console? Here you go. This one streams right to your PC. No muss, no fuss. Here you go, have fun. And I think a lot of people are going to start having fun with this thing, because this actually is a good idea. And, of course, the exclusives are not half bad for the Xbox One. Speaking of Xbox One, the price. It's still $350 as far as I know. They lowered the price again. I think they very briefly made it $400, just long enough for it to look at it funny, and then dropped it right back down. And now you can get the system for $350. And that's a really competitive fucking price. It was really competitive when they were including a game with it, but it's still a pretty good price. honestly, for a relatively new console. Oh, I'd say a pretty new console, honestly, only a year in. And PlayStation 4 is still $400 at minimum last I checked. And it doesn't have that many exclusives out for it yet. It's honestly a good chance for Microsoft to kick in and actually get a big chunk back. And they have. They're at 10 million sales. I think they're doing better than the Wii U right now. And the Wii U had an extra year. That's not good for Nintendo at all. But I'm digressing. Back to the things I'm talking about. Windows 10. Streaming Xbox Ones to Windows 10. Cool. Windows 10's generally better. Cool. You know, Xbox Ones are getting cheaper. Cool. Good gains for Xbox Ones. Fantastic. Well, what else is there? Is any bad news? Actually, no, there's more good news. Do you have Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1? Any of these systems? Okay, you're getting it for free. Windows 10, they're giving it to you for free. For free, for a year at least. For the first year of Windows 10 launch, you can have it for free. Forever. Not like, oh, here's a trial for a year since you used to have Windows 7. And then later on you can, but no, free. Free. 100%, no tricks. I've checked. Trust me, I used the trick detector. No tricks. And here's why. There's a good reason. They're going to make money. They have an app store. It's kind of like, everyone else now. They caught up. They made their own little app store. I don't know if it's any good. I don't really use those particular app stores with the Microsoft. I don't own a Windows 8 device or anything. Although I might take a peek if I get Windows 10, which is very likely because I have Windows 7. And I can now get Windows 10 for free. I'm still... It is a cold day in hell. And Microsoft is turning the AC way up in here. So, why? Yeah, like I said, they have an app store. So, if people have their app store, people might use their app store. If people use their app store, they make money. How do they get people to use their app store? They give their fucking operating system away. Like, if you want to go into a store and buy things, you just might do it once or twice every now and again if it's just there. But if that store required you to pay $60 to get in or something, or $100 just to get in, like, say, Sam's Club was a club fee, I think, just to shop there. Not as many people do that. There's some people who will, but not many. And now they're just letting people into the doors so they can shop, so they can make money. And that makes a lot of sense. A ton of sense. Microsoft has done a lot of things that make a lot of sense, finally. Finally! And Sony is falling by the wayside as a total company, and the only thing they have going for them is PlayStation 4. And it'll be very scary if Xbox One actually beats out PlayStation 4 very firmly because of all these decisions, but it just might. And that would kill Sony. I don't know about Nintendo, but it would probably kill Sony. All they've got is PlayStation 4. They've got nothing else. So is Microsoft looking to take Sony out while they're, at their weakest? Is that what they're doing? I don't know how I feel about that, because, having competition is always for the better. Otherwise, you wouldn't get Microsoft making these good decisions. They would be making more bad decisions. When they don't have to actually do a good product. They don't have to actually provide something you want. They just sell you any old goddamn thing, and that's your only option. But we'll see. We can't be sure. But my predictions are, this is going to be a big win for Microsoft and the Xbox platform in general, along with the Windows platform. And I'm pretty sure most people will retrust them again, at least until the next operating system, which we will have doom and gloom over as it becomes the next Vista, the next Windows 98, or whichever, the next, you get the idea, the next Windows 8. But then, of course, we'll have another Windows 7, another Windows XP, another Windows 10. I don't know if the cycle will ever end, and it seems to be making Microsoft money every single time. So tell me what you think in the comments below, and check out the Red Tunic Life Insanity blog for Celine's coverage on Among the Sleep. Have a good Thursday, everyone. Hi.